when we're asking here, it says find 4 consecutive odd integers whose sum is negative 80. What we would be talking about is x plus 2, which is the second number, that's the second consecutive, plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6. This is equal to, it says whose sum is negative 80. Okay. So when you add up all these numbers together, that equals to negative 80. So when we add these together, this equals x plus x plus x plus x, which is just 4x. And when you add up 6 plus 4 plus 2, that's equal to 10 plus 2, which is plus 12. So now this should look very similar to your multi-step equations. So now it's 4x plus 12 is equal to negative 80, right? So now that should be something that you guys are able to solve. So what you would do is you would minus 12 on both sides, and then you would get 4x is equal to negative 92. And then since this is 4 times x is equal to negative 92, then you would go ahead and divide by 4 on both sides. And you get x is equal to negative 23. So now that you know your first number, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and add 2 to it, you want to add 4 to it, and you want to add 6 to it. So our first number is negative 23. And if we add 2 to negative 23, that becomes negative 21, and then negative 19, and then negative 17. So these are the 4 consecutive numbers. And if we want to go ahead and check your work, what you could do is you could just add these numbers up together. You could use your calculator, or you could just go ahead and say, well, negative 23 plus negative 17 is negative 40. This is also negative 40. When you add these together, that equals negative 80. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, I'll do one more because it seems like this is a mystery for you guys. So this one, I'm going to skip to number 3. So number 3 says find 2 consecutive integers whose sum is 19. The difference between 3 and 1 is that number 3 is just consecutive. It doesn't have odd or even. It doesn't have odd or even. Okay. So this would be x plus 1 is equal to 19. So the difference between number 1 and number 3 is it asks us 2 consecutive integers, but not consecutive odd integers. Okay. So in this case, we would just add them together. 2x plus 1 is equal to 19. We would go ahead and subtract 1 from both sides. We get 2x is equal to 18. And we get 2x is equal to 18, divided by 2 on both sides, x is equal to 9.
Isn't number 1 odd numbers, not even?
So odd numbers means it is not divisible by 2. So negative 23, negative 21, negative 19, and negative 17 are all odd numbers. If they were even, they would be like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that your question? So because they end in a number that's not divisible by 2, they are odd numbers. So it,
No, for number 1.
yeah, so number 1, it says 4 consecutive odd integers. So you can see that this number ends in a 3, ends in a 1, ends in a 9, and ends in a 7. All of those numbers are not divisible by 2 without creating a fraction. That makes it odd. Okay, so if you're having trouble on the backhand side over here where it says to create word problems, it asks us to create word problems based on these different things, right? So here, if Q represents the quarts of strawberries, then what it would be saying is that for every quart of strawberry, there's 2.5 of something. So an example story that you can have here is that for each quart of strawberry, it has 2.5 pounds of strawberries. Another example is that you could say, well, each quart of strawberry would be 2.5 dozen of strawberries. So if you have a total of 10 dozens of strawberries, how many quarts of strawberries do you have? Okay, so here you're really trying to create an equation based on what they've given you. And again, this is just one type of problem that will be on the test. Okay. So as an example here, I'm going to go ahead and write one of the stories, and just that each quart of strawberries is 2.5 pounds of strawberries. Okay. So if we have 10 total pounds of strawberries, how many quarts So an example would be each quart of strawberry is 2.5 pounds of strawberries. If we have 10 total pounds of strawberries, how many quarts of strawberries do we have? And that would be an example of the word problem spelled out.